Hello, everyone. Welcome to February 13th Zeam call, where we will go over the updates for DevNet 2, DevNet 3, and preparations for DevNet 4. We can start with Anshul.
Yeah. So during the week, I was mostly looking into some of the debugging issues, and apart from that, in my Zig upgrade PR, so I was coordinating with Guillaume. There, like my PR on SSD side got merged. I was looking into like resolving issues that I am facing in the current version of Grid PR. So most of the test cases work fine. There's some issue with the rest zero proving because it doesn't complete within 6 hours as well. So that is like the timeout uh, that we have configured on the CI. So we can always reconfigure the timeout there, but I think like there's some other issue out there because until 0.14 it was able to prove it in about 2 hours, but right now it isn't able to do it in 6 hours. So I was looking into it that did quite a lot of debugging, but couldn't pin it down until now. But apart from that, I was looking into the logs of DevNet 2. Some of the issues have been already addressed by Mercy, and like the issue that I raised, there are still things that we need to discuss. Maybe once everyone gives the update, I can we can discuss it.
Sure. Next, let's go over updates from Chaitanya.
Hello everyone. Had a light week this time around. Just I guess the hash zig PRI race last weekend, yes, and just worked on those and just primarily that. Apart from it, addressed some comments on the root to slot PR. Gajendra had raised some comments over there. Addressed those as well, and. Yep, that is pretty much it for this week for me. Also, I just since I was just having a look at the issues and everything that is being mentioned right now. So, I'll let Katya go first, and everybody go first, and then I'll share what I think about it.
Okay. We can go with Katya's updates.
Hello everyone. I'm currently I continue to restart DevNets and we have issue with the Zeam. We'll discuss it later. So this issue happened I don't remember 1 or 2 days ago after the release, I guess. So maybe it's connected. I also finished my PR for the config file. I just need to, after the call, to push another commit, and I will tag Partha for initial review. I'm working on the small fixes in the lean quick start, just opening small PRs which are ready, except annotated validators. I also work on metrics for DevNet 3. Going to open the draft PR today or by Monday, and we'll share it in the two-week channel. Regarding annotated validators, I have a question, maybe after the updates, if Zeam uses annotated validator file or not. If someone can check this, please share. That's it. That's all my updates. Thank you.
I think as Partha mentioned, we Zeem uses annotated validators, right, Partha?
Yeah. I was given to understand we do because initially, I think when it was DevNet 1 or DevNet 2, I was looking to remove it, and Gajendra said that it's used for some internal lookup, maybe, I don't know, to identify a given node peer ID with the corresponding validator name or something of that sort. I don't know. I may be wrong, but definitely think it's used. We can look at the latest code anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it's used, then we should leave it here. If not, like most of the clients don't use it, it's kind of duplicates the key manifest YAML. So just without the names of the clients. So just trying to a little bit refactor. Like we have a lot of um, additional files generated. So trying to look into this.
Yeah, so Karthik, can you create a issue out of it and we can look into that later because like once uh, and try to
Yes.
remove it because right now I think we do use it and that is how we log the client from where a particular request has been received and whatever errors we face while doing deserialization of those requests. So it does serve as I think like we can look into alternative mechanisms if you can create an issue.
Okay, I will create it. Good idea. Thanks.
Okay, we'll go over Mercy's updates now.
Hello, good afternoon. So this week I worked on fixing false positive fault divergence detection for peers that were simply behind, and then fixed the block by root request accessing coding for Domain2 compatibility, and also fixed tests tree formatting and added a big tree for tests, and then added build tree visualization tests and fixed a bug I saw, which the two pairs has been merged actually. Then the issue, so I don't can't pronounce his name, but he's from London. He pointed it out on the group. I was looking at it and investigating a potential bug where SS mass signature container is being realized as fixed length instead of a variable length. Then some other debugging logs that I looked into this week. That's all from my end.
Cool. Partha, we can go over your updates.
Yeah, I worked on a couple of minor PRs with, I mean, one to fix a bug, the other was more, a lot of debug messages on the parser were being reported, which I have now removed. I was mostly focused on DevNet 3 PR on Lean Quick Start, and I got it working and tested Lean Point as well, which seemed to work fine. Coming back to the DevNet 2 thing, I was wondering if there was a DevNet 2 image for Zeam release yesterday, because when I just tried the local DevNet run, I don't see a stalling
No,
issue
there
that
was.
Katya mentioned. Sorry?
There wasn't, but like there's a particular branch that Mercy worked on, which there's an image created for but there was not a release
Oh,
for
okay.
that.
So you have a different tag for that branch, the image from that branch.
Yes, yes. I'll share it
Okay,
with you.
okay. I'll probably test with
It's
that because go on,
it's
Katya.
pinned in the tooling. Sorry. Yeah, it's pinned in the tooling.
Oh, the
On.
one with AMD 64 SSZ. That's
Yes.
the
Yes.
one.
Yes, that's
Because
one.
that one actually fails for me, but probably because that was built specifically for Linux AIM. This one I'm on
Mhm.
ARM, so that's why it's probably not working.
No, I think
I tried
Partha,
with
even the latest image was failing. So Partha had tried this new DevRet run, I think, day before yesterday, and Zeem was installing even then. I think like this is not a very consistent issue, and the behavior is little sporadic. But we'll have to like look into it.
yeah, no. What I was saying is that I don't see it stalling on my end. When I use the DevNet 2 tagged image, it works, but there's no finalization, and I get the two errors I shared on the chat.
Yeah, so one
So
of the error was resolved by Mercy's PR and
yeah,
like and the branch that she has created. Uh, I don't know the about other error, but it I think both of them are similar. Yeah, so when out of memory
So,
occurs, it creates a deserialization dump and panics. Yeah, Mercy.
okay.
So
sorry,
Mercy, I
can I
think
say
you have
something? They this
yeah.
yeah, this same error was supposed to be fixed by a
Your branch,
PR.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yes, yes.
So I'll
So if you
probably
can
create a.
create an image, you can if you can create an image for my PR, then test it out and see what happens. Because I
Yeah.
tried creating an image, I had an issue. I'm on Mac. I don't know, Docker and Mac don't really mix well.
So you should probably switch from Docker desktop to Orb stack. That's better. I did that, and now I don't have any more problems. I'm on Mac as well. So let
Oh,
me
okay.
probably build a thing out of your branch and then test it locally. But having said that, the previous I don't see the stalling thing at all. And on DevNet 3, Kai's branch, I even see finalization working correctly. So I'm not sure what is wrong here. I believe
Now
Kai's branch
the
also
thing
has your
the
changes.
thing is our code is currently definitely compliant, right? Due to the signature the coding size and whatever with Lantern. So
Right.
on Kai's PR, I think it should work for DevNet 3 because we're already DevNet 3. That is why I had to push the code to DevNet 2 branch. Because currently now on our main branch, we are DevNet 3 compliant. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense.
Yeah, and
Even if
I
we are
follow
not
you.
definitely compliant completely, we won't notice it because I think you must be testing it with Zeam nodes, right?
And yes,
Correct.
that's another thing. Texting with Zim won't really like show out any major bugs because
Yeah.
we
So
are on
I
the
think
same
So
node.
you're
So
saying,
it's when we
Anshul,
try
that
to
this
interrupt
will
with other.
reappear even if we proceed with interop with other clients on DevNet 3 image as well.
so. The thing is that the issue is unknown, is still unknown, and it is not a something that is easily reproducible. Uh, but
Right.
what I think is that in the main branch, before the last release happened, we have committed 4 or 5 changes. I believe like we have introduced this bug in those 4 5 commits because before that we never saw this stalling happen. So either there's some deadlock that is happening or some thread that basically uh, doesn't get properly scheduled, which is very rare. But I don't know how it is happening. But I assume like out of all these 4 5 PRs that got merged, the major one was folk choice rule, and it doesn't exactly have this. I cannot pinpoint anything. I just suppose that I'm just speculating that there might be some issue there or with the folk choice changes that you have made, but I don't know. Like I didn't debug it. I need
Okay.
to sit down on it, but I think like this is like if you're not able to reproduce it locally, that doesn't help. I think if we are able to reproduce and get pinpoint the bug, then it will be like helpful.
Okay. So sorry, before we go to others, I what I'll do is I'll probably test it with Mercy's branch and see if I can reproduce it. If I cannot, then probably we can discuss again in the group to see what we do.
So
That would be a
I
good
have a
idea. But
speculation. I have a
yes,
speculation. I
Marcy.
just need some. I shared a link of two codes on the chat. So now we have two trends that grabs lock in opposite order. I feel like that might be the problem. So I just need someone to check it out and then see if it makes sense. Now on the gossip trend, it locks mutex first and then locks signature mutex. Then on the block producer, it locks signature mutex first, then calls on block, which locks mutex. It's on the code there. So both wait for each other. So I think that would kind of cause a deadlock. So maybe it is what is causing Zim to freeze or still. Um, I don't know if anyone can check out the. I shared the exact code link, the fork choice, and then the change file.
I'll check it out. Yeah, that might be a possible reason for this.
Right.
Yes,
So
Chaitanya.
yes, I remember Kata, you mentioned the block happened in when apply raw block was called. Was that always the case when the stall happens, or is it just one time you noticed this, or like it always stalls when that function is called?
Yes, exactly. So I had two runs after the February 11th release. there were two runs with Zeam, and this was the same error. So we just stalled on this apply role block. So this can be the issue. If you understand like what code can cause it, so probably you should look into this because yeah, I think that's the reason.
Mhm.
If this related code was included into this latest release, so probably that's the connection here. From my
Right.
side,
So, please go. Sorry, go on.
yeah, from my side, if it's needed, so currently I'm going to stop the running DevNet. If it's needed, we can try to reproduce it again on these servers. So, for example, run Zeam with some of the clients or two Zeam nodes, whatever scenario you have in your mind. We can try to run this until I haven't run another DevNet, so we can use it if needed.
Right. So I was just looking into that. So if that is the case and the stall always happens in there, there are no chain or fork choice calls, even transitive, from what I could see from apply raw block function. So just an FYI, if that is something, if we have this pinpointed, that is where we always turn. Or if it's all, if this one also is a transitive call, maybe that's very less likely in my opinion. But if it's actually just this function, there are no calls going to fork change from what I can see.
Maybe you have some previous local Docker images which we can try on the server just to be sure that this release crashed
So
causes the
all
issue.
the Kate, so all the previous Docker images, they are versioned. So the version that was released on 11th was 0.2.7, I think. And before that, if you want to see the Docker images, 0.2.6 and 5, they are also available on the Docker. So I can share you the image tag. You can test with that.
Yes. Okay. If it makes sense, I can try to run with the previous just to be sure so the new updates causes.
Partha, do you want to add something?
No, the question I wanted to ask was that if there is a deadlock, it should present itself even when I'm on a Zeam node interop, right? Not necessarily just with Zeam and other clients.
Yeah, right. But are you sure like all the changes on main are included in Kai's branch, DevNet3 branch?
That's a good point. I was under the assumption it was because there were no there were no code deletions in the PR when I generated an image out of that. But let me double check. I'm not sure if he's updated. If this particular change that introduced that mutex was done last week, I'm not sure if Kai had included that in his PR as well. But let me double check that and see.
Sorry,
Yeah.
which of the Kai's PR? Because I think Kai has like
There is
for the
one
DevNet.
called GR, yeah, GR/DevNet3. That's the branch I'm using.
Okay, because
So
this was open last week.
okay, just out of curiosity, like how this is happening on the long run, right? And like, does it happen as soon as we log in, or as soon as we start the Zeam node, or does it take like some time?
Yeah, it's
It
happening at almost at the very beginning. So these apply role block causes the issue at the very beginning when the node starts.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I didn't dig into it that much. If it's happens when we produce block or when we get it by gossip, but it's easy to check. And I've never seen this issue on any of the clients and on Zeam as well during all these devnets. So that's why it looks weird because we don't have any logs. So they just stalled and the container is still running. So no issues like OM or etc. So we just lose logs and that's weird, and we lose the app as well.
I think I'll look into the container itself and see if I'm able to profile it somehow. Can you keep it running, and for the next DevNet you can maybe create a new container and run the Zeam node there if that's possible.
Uh, currently the container is still running. If you need it, you can check it. So I keep it running, so you can try to work with it.
When do you plan to restart it?
I mean, I can just delay it whenever, like, if you need its container running, I can keep it.
Yeah, I think if you can just keep that container running, you can continue with the other container. You can just change the port mappings if that's possible. If that's not possible, then I'll just try to reproduce it. Also, like in the yesterday's run, I think like no, on the ninth or 10th run, when we first noticed this halting issue, did it happen as soon as the chain started? Like on the initial blocks itself, I think it happened a little late in that case.
I don't remember exactly, but I have all the logs, so I can check. So I think it's even kind of the same head or the same head slot that I can check.
Never mind. I'll check the logs. Oh, okay. I don't have much idea, but I'll also try to debug.
Okay. Yes, Chetan, you have.
Yes, one idea around this, especially since we're not getting logs and to analyze this. Just last week, we also had, just this week, we had the crash dump changes merged to lean quick start for both Ansible and local runs. So what we could do in theory is send exit signal by our end directly to Zeam when it is stalled, so that we can see the whole memory breakdown at that point where exactly is the what's the state of the program, and then take it from there. So that is something that we can do now. This came to me. But this also reminds me we probably have graceful handling for such signals. Do we have that right, Partha? Or
You're
anyone?
referring to the crash dump, right? Yeah, we do. I
Yeah,
think I merged it.
no, not the crash them, but in Zeam we all have the graceful handling for signals, right? Exit signals,
We
SIGINTs, and
do.
all
Yeah,
those.
we
So
do.
that won't work. That won't work. We'll have to somehow, if we just want to see that, uh, oh, it can. I'm not sure if it can be done on runtime. Please correct me, but I'm just throwing ideas to see what sticks. So what we could do is we could artificially, whilst it is running, we create an out of memory just by reducing the disk size on the runtime. So while it is running, and we see it as stalled. So one way maybe we can do this is by using LVMs, and as soon as we see that, and have those partitioned in a way that, but we do not know when it stalls, so that is also not there. But if anybody has an idea, because even on local runs, what I had to try for the lean quick start was, of course, all the clients, most of those, especially I just majorly tried with Zeam. We have graceful handling for signal, but if we could somehow simulate an actual crash when this stall happens, we could get the crash dump and see the exact state.
You can kill the process, but that is pretty simple.
Uh,
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I think that should work. Yes. So yeah, just yeah, we are forwarding on. Yeah, that should work. Sorry. Yeah, that will do.
Can we reduce the memory on the go when the container is running?
For
No,
the
I don't think that's
for the
possible.
container
We can
you
only
cannot, but
increase
you
it.
can for the VM. Yes, you can. So we're just talking about we just reduce the size. But if just a regular process still works, and we get the dumps. That I believe that's the easiest way.
What we can also do, we can, for example, start from the previous release and maybe merge the PRs one by one. So if we have, for example, 5 PRs and like between 2 releases, so probably we can find out which PR like crashes. Yeah, kind of cherry pick or. Mm.
Right, but that's also this does not give us the exact reason. We'll have to, since the logs are not printing, we'll have to get this actual state for the program anyway. Even when we see the crash, we would know what PR or commit it is.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it kind of like narrow a little bit the field, which we should
Yeah,
okay.
investigate.
I think that is sort of like a last resort. If nothing works out and we aren't able to pin down anything, then we'll have to eventually do that. Because but and it will be much easier if I'm able to reproduce it locally. Then we can simply do it via binary, Zeam binary itself. But I think right now it makes sense to analyze the crash dumps if we can get them, and then if we aren't able to pinpoint anything, then yeah, we can try that as well.
The thing is, well, I was checking the system journal and I haven't found any crashes because the container like continuously running. So I couldn't find any crashes. Maybe Partha, you can also check this.
Yeah,
But
we'll make it crash and generate the crash dump.
okay, okay.
Let's first try to reproduce it locally and try to identify exactly, I mean, the steps. And if we can reproduce it locally, that will be the best scenario. And my like my 2 cents would be if we are not able to because it is happening quite at the start, so it's not able to start properly even. So if that's the case, maybe we can look into the container settings and everything. Like maybe not exactly Zeam is the problem, right? If we are not able to
Yep.
reproduce it
No,
locally,
no,
because
it actually it starts working. So it's not the issue like when it didn't start. No, it just actually works if you check the log. So yeah, the node starts running and everything like accepting attestations, but then it crashes.
okay, okay, yes, Mercy.
So I was trying to say, since Bata said he will try to run with my PR, I'll also try to like at least shorten my distance and then see if I can run this locally. And then there's something I'm thinking of, like the scenario I tested out. I'll try and see if I'm able to reproduce it. I'll try and see if that case applies and I do a fix, and then see if I can still reproduce it after the fix. I don't know what I'm saying makes sense. Because the problem is we first need to like produce it locally to actually like pinpoint where it's coming from.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, Mercy, you may be onto something. If you look at this code, the one that you've shared, we do a mutex lock and then we defer. So this part of it gets executed only after everything else is done. So maybe we ought to explicitly unlock after we do the aggregation. This might have caused the deadlock. I'm not sure. This is just me looking at the code.
Yes,
Let me
yes,
first try with your version and I'll apply a fix and test with my local version. If that works, I'll ask Katya to probably restart the DevNet using my version of Zeam image. If that works, then yeah, I think we should be okay.
that's what I was suggesting. I was suggesting
Yeah,
that I will try and run it. Then if I can be able to produce it, I will make a fix with these suggestions that I showed by like removing the defer on line 337 and try to like manually
yeah,
unlock it before unblock. Then if it
yeah.
works, then we know that okay, this is the problem. That was what I was saying when I made my last comment.
But was it merged in the last release, or it was your yesterday PR Mercy?
No, this
Let
is
me
like a
check.
different like this is a different code altogether.
Sorry,
This is
didn't get
it
it.
wasn't
This isn't
the
recent, right?
code the codes were more of the recent code on fork trace was more of a test cases and then the visualization PR. The code that
Was
was
it
made from my end was
was
test
it
cases,
was
which
it
can cause
included?
this.
Was it included in the latest release, or it was up after?
So I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No,
We're talking about
yeah,
the latest release.
I'm not sure when this was introduced, Katya, if that was your question.
Yes, yes.
It was definitely after the PQ aggregation PR, but I don't have an exact time when it was. So
I
even
had
I'm surprised why
introduced
this
it.
presented only now.
I had
Sorry,
introduced
Anshul.
this, and it has been some time since I did it, and I think like it is in the right direction, but I don't think it should cause an issue because we faced this issue in slot 6, and at that time Zeam is not the proposer, so
Right.
this compute aggregation should happen when Zeem is the proposer. So maybe something else, but
Yeah,
definitely
something else
something
might have
should
caused
stick.
this to present. Maybe a
Yeah,
P2P error, which has, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, but yeah, it's
See,
definitely a
yes,
good thing that we can look into.
yes, that's what I'm saying. I can just look into it. If it works, then I signal that okay, this works. Or if it doesn't work, we know that something else happens because most of the times, something might appear unless one function interacts in a funny way, and then you start seeing an error which didn't happen before. It's like a normal scenario that happens. So I can
Yeah.
just look into it. If I make the fix, it doesn't appear
So
anymore. Okay, we know that yes, this is
I'm
it. If it
building an
still
image as
appears,
we speak, Mercy.
then we test it out from another angle. We're just trying to like narrow it down because now it's like a broad environment. We don't even know what exactly is causing it because this
Yeah.
issue wasn't even there. So we're just trying to like find an easier way to pinpoint so that we'll be faster in knowing where this is coming from.
So, Mercy, I was saying that I'm building a Docker image with the fix as we speak. I'll test it using that and also with the version that you have. And let's see what happens.
Can we also follow this row block, apply row block log, or maybe it can also help to investigate? Because I checked, so this is the first message in the logs, apply row block. So this is the first and the only one, and after that it crashes.
Okay, what can you share that log again? Sorry, I didn't catch what you.
Yeah, it's in the channel. I will tag you.
Okay, sure, I'll
Mhm.
take a look.
Yes, Chaitanya, you have.
Yes. Since we're talking about this was an incoming thing, it also reminded me. I had pointed this out earlier as well. The Rust bridge for our ethlib P2P, it runs as a separate thread. So that is also something I have felt that we need to take care of, especially since we have introduced threading in other places of the code base. So this is also something we might need to consider while debugging this thing. So just throwing this out there. So since also this was an incoming thing from what I just heard, so that is what I wanted to share.
Okay. So I think we have our work cut out for us. So the next step would be Partha is already checking the fix that Masia suggested, and he will test both the branches and he will update us on that if that fixes it or not. The other thing is we will try to reproduce it locally and yeah, and see where it takes us. Right?
Yes,
So
and the container is still running. If you want to check this dump crash or whatever, please ping me. Let's coordinate on this if it makes sense.
Okay.
I
So
suggest we do that anyway. So if we work on our own, but if we can do this crash dump already in the meanwhile,
Yes,
that might
yes,
just help accelerate.
yes, we can do it in parallel. That's
okay. So I think we can now wrap this
Sorry,
call.
I have something else. I have something else.
Yes, Mercy. Yes, Mercy.
Um, so on, I don't know, but like, yeah, on grinding side, I noticed that they constantly have an error. If you kind of like try to fix this issue we are having and have like a good head part on it, can we like try and not run grinding if they don't have a fix yet? Because it's not necessarily okay to continuously run the same code with no changes added, and then we still get almost the same errors. I don't know what I'm saying.
Grundy.
Like, because
Grundy has a had update yesterday, so they delivered a new image.
okay, sorry, I didn't see that because the from the two logs I saw, they had an ENR error, which still appeared in the last log you shared. So that's what I'm trying to say. If there has not been an update, can we like not run it? That was what the point I was trying to make. Thank you.
Yeah, when I pin the devnet run, so you can see the date of each image and the commit, so you can check there.
And I also wanted to say something about the SMSS bug. I'm hoping to make a PR for it like in later today. I don't know if um we are all available to review it. It has to do with a lot of refactoring that I'm not really sure about.
I think we should first focus on this existing uh, issue. If this is resolved, then we can move on. I don't know what do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. At least
Yeah.
whenever the team is busy with this PR.
No, I agree. I mean, there are a lot of moving pieces, so let's address one bug at a time. Otherwise, we don't sort.
Yeah, yeah, because something else was introduced, something else, and then we'll not know where what introduced which bug. Okay,
Yeah,
so
agreed.
so I think that's it for this call. We can take the rest on the channel, and Partha, you can update us there,
Sure.
and I will also try to reproduce it. I'll run. No, I'll also run it on my local and see if I get it. And yeah, that's all for this call, and we'll see you all on February 20th. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
all your effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.